Okay, Ayush.
Yes, sir.
Uh, in 5 minutes, take up any course from your basic graduation and masters and explain the concepts involved in that particular course.
Okay. So my graduation was from civil engineering. I had done bachelor's in civil engineering and bachelor's plus master's in civil engineering, and I had graduated from IIT Kanpur. So I'll start with the basics of probably structural engineering, uh, because pretty much everyone in India relates a civil engineer to someone who is building structures, who's responsible for breaking dams, bridges, etc. and etc. So maybe I'll talk about it now. Let's start about what structural engineering is. Structural engineering is basically the design of various structures which we see within our society, that being buildings, bridges, dams, roads, etc. So structures, while building structures, there's a lot of things which goes into while designing the structure and making sure that the substances being used to make the structure are efficient enough to withstand whatever stress and strain we impose on the structure. So I'll first explain what stress and strain is in order to make you understand how different structures work. Stress is basically the amount of force which is being applied per unit area. Basically, say uh, you're standing on a floor, example. So the amount of force which the entire area is accumulating is called stress. But, and this is calculated per unit area. And whereas strain stands for the deformation happening per unit length. So basically, it's how much a material stretches or shortens when there is pressure or force being applied over it. Stress is shown by sigma, whereas strain is shown by epsilon. And there is a stress strain curve which is built usually in order to determine the strength of a material. There are multiple regions within a stress strain curve, that being the elastic region, that being a plastic region, and in the elastic region, the structure is safe to withstand any force being applied on it. But in plastic region, basically the plastic region is attained when the stress strain curve reaches the ultimate stress point, which is called a fracture point, after which the plastic region is reached and the structure starts to fail. Uh, so while designing different structures, these stress strain curves are very much important in designing the structure up to the elastic limit, that is being the ultimate stress or fracture point. The damage is reversible, but uh, beyond that, there is failure which can cost uh, heavily and is a very big risk in structural uh, buildings. Also, there is a lot of other things like probably Young's modulus, which is basically the stiffness of a building, which tells how much deformation is happening within a building. For example, steel shows very less deformation, so it has very high Young's modulus. Whereas, say, for example, rubber has very low Young's modulus and it shows more deformation. So different deformation Young's modulus are used, and different substances with different Young's modulus are used in order to construct the structures. Apart from that, mm, I can also talk about different kinds of loads uh, s- uh, which a structure uh, takes on itself. Say for an example, we have house as an example. There's a lot of different types of loads being put on the structure, like dead load. Dead load is basically the self weight of the entire structure. In this example, the house. Live load is basically, say, our beds, our bedding, our furniture, our clothes, etc. and etc. Vehicles also, and this is called as live load. Uh, Live load also includes human beings as well. Apart from that, there is wind load, the amount of pressure being applied by flowing wind on the structure, and as well as seismic load, which comes into effect when there is, say, seismic plates
Okay.
moving beneath our
Okay.
surface.
According to you, in whatever you have studied or seen, which is the most magnificent engineering marvel, according to you, in the world anywhere that you have seen or heard or read about?
I think that this will obviously go to the Howrah Bridge. As we all know, Howrah Bridge was a structure which had no pillars supporting the entire structure. Now there are pillars which have been made, but earlier when the structure was built, there were zero pillars which were supporting the structure. In order to attain that, the civil engineers must have put in a lot of effort, put in a lot of planning, and put in a lot of different safety factors in order to build the structure. The most mind-boggling part is that the Howrah Bridge, without pillars, was able to lift itself in order for the ships to pass by and again come back to its original position without disrupting the movement of ships. That being attained is something magnificent, I believe, for a civil engineer.
That happens because of the traffic, right? When there is high traffic during office hours, then it bends in a convex way, and when the traffic is low, then it becomes concave. Isn't it like that?
I'm not really sure of this, sir. I talked about the ships, not the traffic. I mean that earlier it is not being used anymore, but earlier the Howrah Bridge was supposedly lifted in order for the ships to pass by and then brought back to the own original position again once the ships have passed by.
As far as I know, that is done in another bridge in Calcutta, that is in Khidirpur, not Howrah Bridge.
Then I might be mistaken, sir, but I thought that this was possible in the Howrah Bridge, and this used to happen earlier. But still,
Okay.
if that is also not the case, still making a bridge without any standing support over it, and there being only 2 points wherein the entire structure is being supported on is something marvelous, and I believe that is something which takes a lot of planning, and the civil engineers who have designed this must be given some crazy credibility in order to attain this.
Acha, how long have you been working now?
So it's been somewhere around 6 months now.
Okay, tell us what you do and what has been your contribution to your company in the last 6 months.
Uh, so basically, I work at a sports technology startup called as Spectator AI. Uh, I work as an agent engineer in this company. Agent engineer is basically me building AI agents for various tasks within the company. Mm. So during the last 6 months, I was responsible for two major projects, which I had done within the company along with a few other people within my company. The first being the Telegram and Discord AI bot assistant. So basically, I led the entire end-to-end integration of an AI agent, which was responsible for uh, bidding platforms made for Europe and US clients. It was based on the football sport. So basically, this AI agent was capable of giving all insights within its scope related to matches, teams, players, etc. And along with that, it was also capable of placing bets directly within the Discord and Telegram bots. Uh, it's basically a fantasy gaming sort of agent made to help users to make quicker decisions to place their bids for the fantasy platform. Uh, uh, Ultimately, I had made these agents and integrated them on Telegram and Discord so that a user could directly come onto Telegram or say Discord and type in his prompt and get insights for whatever player, game, or anything else he wanted related to football. And this led to the reduction of the user decision making time by 90%, as seen from stats which we had given to one of the clients. Due to this, the amount of bets being placed by the user also increased because the user was able to place bets faster and get insights faster. Uh, Apart from that, I was also responsible for making a cricket agent. Basically, this agent was used to retrieve multiple insights and statistics related to cricket. The agent was responding within 3 seconds, and this was the average time within which every user was getting responses from the agent. Uh, this led to uh, uh, more traffic coming onto the agent platform where the agent was integrated, and this helped in increasing the users being op- users operating on our platform. Apart from that, I had made sure that there were multiple prompt templates and memory modules handling the entire prompt based engineering. And I also
Okay.
made sure that there were no edge cases which were
Okay.
left.
That brings us to the ethicality of gaming and gambling. You know, Mahabharat was basically because of a gambling game that the war started. And you
Yes.
are into this. So, what do you think about the ethics of gaming and gambling?
Uh, Sir, I think that there is a distinction between gambling and betting. So I don't disapprove or approve of either. I take a very neutral stand for these. But point being that betting is something wherein you take probabilistic calculated risk when making a bet. You probably do a background information check. You make sure that the odds of you winning this are greater than half. Basically, the probability of you winning is more than 0.5 and you losing is less than 0.5. Whereas in gambling, the probability is 0.5, 0.5. That being key, you could either lose or you could either win. For example, say you go to a casino. Uh, I think everyone must have heard of card counting within casinos. So when you're counting the cards while playing blackjack, uh, you're basically making sure that the probability of you winning is higher. That is in a sort of betting. But whereas when you go to say some uh, I'm not really sure of the game, but wherein they drop a ball in a round moving circle, that is that is entirely random, and that is where you're gambling. So I believe that while you're betting, you're making proper choices, and you're coming up with data in order to support your choices. Whereas in gambling, you are just taking a chance. You could either win or you could either lose.
Okay. Give us an idea about what you know about Indian economy as it is today. What are the current events happening vis-a-vis Indian economy?
So recently on 1st of February, like every year, we got our union budget, and Nirmala Sita Raman was responsible for talking about the budget. Uh, there were multiple different things which were said in the budget. I know the bigger picture, the key highlights, that being that there were there was more focus on different manufacturing and industrial related things like biopharma, semiconductors, textiles, electronics, and chemicals and capital goods. So, as we all know, that India is a very big country which is responsible for the biopharma, and there is proposal of more funds being allotted into this sector to boost this sector even more. As we all know, we also know that Donald Trump has put up tariffs on textile based imports from India, and in order to support the people who are in the textile sector in India, there have been more grants being given to the textile industry. Apart from that, there is also a very keen focus on making sure that semiconductors are being manufactured within India. We all know that China is like a superpower in the semiconductor industry, and that and India is trying to gain an upper hand in this industry so that there is more wealth being produced within the country. Uh, Apart from that, I also heard that there are five specially speed rail corridors being built for railways, which will be connecting some important cities within India. Uh, I think I'm not able to recall much more about it, but this is what I remember right now.
If you had to follow a passion, what would it be?
If I had to follow a passion, uh, my all-time favorite hobby is cycling, and if I had get caught a chance and if I wanted to follow something, I'd be doing cycling. I love to do long stretches of cycling. Uh, Cycling has taught me that endurance and patience and consistency are key in order to attain multiple different things within life. Uh, I have I have done multiple different challenges uh,
Okay.
in cycling, and
Okay.
I believe that
Okay. Do you have anything to ask us?
मतलब सर ये क्वेश्चन तो मैं if I am giving say exam if I take this to be ISB, then probably uh, I had asked ki what are the different uh, guest faculties which I'll be exposed to, which colleges are probably going to give us
That
opportunities for
that would be available on their website.
what kind of experience will I be getting from the faculty, what uh, I'm not really sure, sir. Can you give me some ideas on this?
The standard answer is that since this is going to be a rigorous course, and I have got different calls from different institutes, and I hope to join one of them. And as I've heard that MBA is a very difficult course, there's a lot of effort involved. So from an engineering background. Should I study something before joining any institute so that
ठीक है,
I am more prepared to handle the rigors of the course? This would be a very safe question.
ठीक है.
I think overall your interview was decent. I think you are giving the interviews much better than what it used to be last year.
I am more confident. I also feel that because I think the shift from college to job has helped me get
Yeah,
more
and last
confidence.
time you had a lot of stress because of your project work also.
Yes, that was also there.
So I think it's decent, but update yourself little bit about your project work, about your civil engineering, and as well as your theoretical part of the current job that you are in. You know, whatever tools you're using, technical details of those. Try
ठीक है,
to get it little more in detail.
ठीक है.
Chalo, okay, all the best.
Thank you, uncle.
Thank you.